circle. So we gather here in the sacred ground of sovereignty, the fourfold cocoon of red rock, guardian circle, hitchhiker shield, hazmat suit, with a presence of teams that we work with all the time. And in this particular circle, we are here to be laser focused, intensely, deeply anchored into Earth and into the galactic worlds, with our stand being firm and bright. So we thank all of you who are here to work with us. And our circle is set, anchored, activated, and so it is. So let's just quickly, anybody, if we want to put numbers into this circle for the divine good, let's absolutely do that. Circle situation, four-legged, and then if there's some specific that you're thinking of, put that in the circle too. Even though you might be drawn somewhere else, that will be in the circle. So Sharon Raji here would be, I'm going to bring in 32 people, 3 situations, and the Ukraine as a surrogate for a network of deception, violence. And Cinda?
I like to bring in 2 people and 1 situation. And I would like to also bring in whatever's happening with Russia and the Ukraine. But I would also like to bring in the state of Texas and how they are just passing a bill now for parents of transgender children to be turned into child services and be punished for allowing their child to be who that child was meant to be. So I would like to bring in the state of Texas and all their rules with women's rights, children's rights, families' rights, and the Ukraine. And I bring it to Sue.
Thank you. So I'm going to bring in 17 people. And I don't know how to word it. I want to dissolve the concept of power over. Arlie.
I want to bring in 9 people, 2 situations, and I want to use Ukraine as a surrogate for putting down weapons everywhere, gun culture. And that's me.
Okay. So we stand here in the ground of sacred sovereignty on the field of divine good with the teams and those involved with holding that space of divine good in sovereignty. And we place 60 individuals and all that we are unaware of that need to be there, we place them in that circle along with 6 situations, knowing that that circle has a power, the inventiveness, and now we've given them a declaration to move those individuals to that which is their highest good, dissolving what seems impossible and opening doors where there were none. They're to be held in that circle cocooned as we do our work and as the week unfolds. And so it is. Okay. So let's now each of us in our own way prepare our journey, call in who is going to be working with you. Do whatever it is we are here to be together. It's laser force, laser clarity, strong, powerful root. And we'll see you back in just about maybe 5 minutes or less. Okay, let's go around and share. Cindy, you want to start and then tag the next?
Did you say me, Sharon? Okay. Oh, I just was so glad that this laser circle was today, because I just was so looking forward to it, and I loved it so much, and I loved everything on our list to go through, and this protocol of lasering and fine tuning and pinpointing, and it's just so powerful and empowering, actually. So, I mean, I don't really have any insightful thing to say that came through, except that while I was waiting, I was kind of scrolling through and I saw a funny website that justified something that I had said, how the younger generation isn't tolerating what, Putin is doing. And I found the website, which was sort of showing all of these kids who came in and are hacking his Instagram page and saying things like, "Hey, Daddy Putin, don't do it. I know you're in a bad mood, but don't really do it. Come on, let's do an art project instead. Don't start World War III." But he's just post after post after post after post of this younger generation bombarding him with, "Not on my watch, not on my watch." And it is so exciting to see how these kids know how to infiltrate and how to get in and how to change the algorithms to be something different and in the favor of what they want, which is peace and not war. Anyway, so, all right, Arlie.
Well, I was doing guns, laying down of weapons. And I first kind of energized the guns with a feeling of revulsion to get the attention of those who had them. And it created a space in their minds for the idea that there's a better way than this. So the idea of there's a better way, there's a better way, there's a better way. And then that chant was taken up by voices and a chorus and songs. There's a better way, just singing in the wind, through the trees, children, church choir sounds, celestial singing. Those who were killed by guns were singing, "There's a better way, there's a better way." Then those who were made to carry guns, like just before we left the States, people were having to join the army in order to have a salary. It was the job of last resort. And of course, Afghanistan and Iraq was going on then. And, all these people wanted to do was have a job, feed their families. And now they're carrying guns and killing strangers in foreign lands. And so they were included. And then the chorus turned to, "This is not the way. This is not the way." And it was those who were carrying the guns who were singing this new song. So I think that change is on the way. It's a new idea planted, counter idea. So that's me. On to you, Sue.
Thank you, Arlie. So I love all of this Cinda energy that's going on because it is, it's the kind of energy that is contagious and we want. We want enthusiasm for solution. We want enthusiasm for solution, high energy. And I remembered, as soon as we went silent, I remembered years ago, I was working in travel. There was a Category 5 hurricane headed for Cancun, and it was going to flatten it. A Category 5, nothing is left standing. And their buildings aren't that strong. So I was walking across something at work, and I had a thought. I wonder if it could be reduced down to a tropical storm. And I don't remember what happened that night, but something woke me up. I saw the hurricane, and I saw an energy go into the hurricane. And the next morning when I got to work, I was told it had been reduced down to a tropical storm that night. And there was a lot of damage, but the damage was all repairable. And those who got trapped in buildings were safe. And I was shown that, I remembered that, and then I remembered that, I don't know, 8-10 years ago, I had an MRI for the exact same shoulder. And I was told there was a partial tear, and then I was told there was no tear. And then I was told it was all in my head. And I pushed really, 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 really hard. I pushed really hard. So the on the job threw the whole thing out after a year and said no. And my company picked up all the bills, all of them. And now I'm back in the exact same thing. Got a car accident. She said she had a green light. I ran a red light. And I'm not pushing. And so I have an MRI and it shows a tear. Go to an orthopedic surgeon and he says, yeah, you have a tear, but it's a really old tear. It's not a new tear. So the first MRI said, I don't have any tear. Second MRI said, it's a really old tear, but it's not new. Accident didn't do it. And I feel like I'm in the twilight zone. And if I push, things don't, I'm not supposed to. I'm not even allowed to this time. So what happened when I went into the silence was I wanted to break up the power over of the dark. And I saw an energy go into it. And I felt something happen, and that's all I can see, and that's all I can feel, and that's all I know. And when this has happened before, something happens. And what I'm trying to grasp is, what am I doing? And it feels like I am a channel that if I am open, I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's the ancient ones. I don't know if it's God. I don't know if it's masters. There's an energy that goes through me as a human, and it does something. It goes through me. And I've heard this before, that they can't do anything on the other side. They have to do it through a human body. And it's like the human body is like a transformer somehow. And I don't have the words for it, but if that's the case, I've seen this a few times, but I've forgotten about it because it's been a long time. I'm open, and energy comes in, and my thought is where it's going, and that's it. That's the whole thing. That's all I get to see. And that's all I got to see this time. So it's really hard to be passive. That feels passive. That doesn't feel exciting. In fact, after the last time I was here, what I was shown was, you don't have lasers. You have a candle. Hold it up, you're dripping. And I want the lasers. I want the lasers. I want the laser. I want my fingers to be lasers. And I was told, you have a candle. So sometimes I feel like I'm in direct opposition to what I'm trying to do. And I have to change the way I do that. I have to change the way I do that. So that is sometimes really hard to do. But it's pretty much been the same message for 20, 30 years. But it's so passive to me. It doesn't feel like it has the power. But okay, what it has shown me, it has given me example after example after example after example, that if I just be the channel, something happens through me, and I can watch that person over there. No, I know his deepest, darkest secret. And if I know it, others are going to know it, and he has to change. And I've seen it happen over and over again, because one man came back and showed me, look at me, I'm the new man. And he was an absolutely, positively, very balanced, healthy man. And the first time I saw him and felt his energy, I could not think of a kind word to think about him. It was so awful. It was so slimy. It was slimy. And he was normal. So that's where I am. I'm being shown I have to do it different in order for me to have a power go through me and make a difference. Okay, Sharon.
Unfolding, unfolding, unfolding all the time. I focused on the Ukraine, and I wanted to know, because I hadn't taken time today, I had intended to take time today and kind of check in. Ukraine's assigned vibration when it was created was clear green, a place where love exists, goodness exists, expansion can happen. Right now it's functioning at muddy green, which is not enough. I'm not enough. I'm not enough. So I wanted to work with the energy intelligent field of Ukraine. And it was like I could sense the leaders going like what, you know, like totally in confusion, really feeling like not enough. What do we do? And so what we brought in was the message that you're not alone. That's what you're not alone. And you don't know what to do because you're not supposed to know what to do, but we know what to do. So you do what you do. And then I saw energy come up from the earth, from Gaia, energy coming up from the earth to totally, I don't know what it was going to do something. And then the winds coming in to blow out, to blow away that which is any parasitic. I saw the rain coming to bring calm and balance. I saw fires coming as that grace energy. The earth energy was the Sophia energy, which was the, you know, power to say no. The fire energy was the grace energy. And so I held that and just kept saying, you're not alone. You have the birthright, and we're holding that birthright energy harmonic for you, and way beyond what you even need to understand and know. And then I asked for a symbol so I could hold that symbol, and they showed me a key. And I said, I don't believe in magic keys, so it's not going to be a magic key. They said, no, it's not a magic key. It's a symbol of the golden collective that is coming together to unlock something different for Ukraine. And so that's what I did, and then just really held that key as we go forward. So there we are. Good job, women, sisters, ladies, friends.
As Sue was talking, I was reminded of Rumi's famous quote, which I can't quite remember how it goes, but something of, it takes one candle to light many lanterns. And so it might seem passive if you think of the 1970s of the hippies that light a candle and just, you know, rock back and forth. I don't know. But if you realize the power that one candle has to empower the lighting of so many other individual candles, you're not being passive at all. Whereas a laser, we point where we want the energy to go and we direct the energy and we require everyone to go there. But what you're saying and what makes yours different, or what you're being shown, is I want to empower other people to do the work themselves. So I'm going to light their candle. I'm going to light their candle. I'm going to light their candle. You're not standing there with your own little candle, just having it lit going, oh gosh, this is so boring. You're using that fire to light hundreds of thousands of other candles. So give yourself some credit.
When
And I know in the healing circle this morning, Lynn was talking about working a lot recently, listening to Marianne Williamson and with the Course of Miracles. And one of the things that the Course of Miracles teaches, and I haven't studied it, but for some reason, this particular lesson came to me as well. And that was, it just takes one person to know the truth, just one. And that person that holds the energy for that truth allows everyone else to know it. So when you were talking about being in a room and seeing a slimy, sleazy man over in the corner, and you knew the truth of him, but you held that truth. You didn't have to tell anyone else about that truth, but you held that truth, and you knew the truth about that person, and you held that truth with the possibility of healing, of what it could be. You held your candle, your little candle, and you held that truth for that man. And then next thing you know, years later, you see him and he is totally different. Because you lit his candle so he couldn't do the work himself. So you didn't have to do it for him.
you know, years ago when I saw it this time, it was not lasers, it was candles. A candle and a candle and a candle, and pretty soon candles were popping up all over. And the candles literally caused the ceiling that what kept us from the divine, caused it to move away, to withdraw. And they said, when that happens, miracles, because the light from above and the light from below will happen. It was never lasers, it was always candles. Yeah. Lasers are new. Lasers are very new, within the last month. So that's,
Last night, oh, excuse me.
there's a role that is playing, but the one that's always been here is candles. So
Last night, I'm remembering now, last night, Scott, my husband, he's running through the house. Where's the laser? Where's the laser? Where's the laser? And I'm like, what do you need the laser for? I'm looking for the laser. I want to play with the cat. I want to play with the cat. Where's the laser? We had a laser toy. Where did it go? And I went, oh my God, we really do have a laser in the house somewhere that we play that little red dot and the cat goes berserk. But he was running all over the house, opening drawers. Where's the laser? I need the laser. Where's the laser? And I thought, oh, tomorrow I'm actually going to be using that laser energetically to change and shift everything. So that's funny. He hasn't cared about that laser forever. So the fact that the timing of all of this, you know, and he's tender and sensitive and doesn't even realize it. So funny.
yep, this and this and this and this, because there's no magic key. So we need everybody's piece.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, ladies. Love you until we meet again. Be well, okay?
Thank you.
Bye.